done. I'm about to tell you what I already done.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is the podcast Already Done, where me and a couple friends chop it up every week and tell you about shit that we've already done. Today we have a very special guest, my boy Yocomet. What's going on? How you doing?
Good to see you. Thank you, audience.
Us. Huge audience here today. So what's going on, man? How you been?
Nothing, dude. Work. Got me busy, and then whenever I have time, I use my little creative outlets.
Grinding.
Yeah.
I hear that.
I grind.
Bro, I heard you dropped a song.
I did, indeed.
That's just fire. What's it
called? The song
called?
is called Sing Along. It's featuring my buddy Switch from Philadelphia.
Hey, shout out to Philly.
This was a complete social media collaboration.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
So I met him through social media, and we've been social media friends for a while.
So you don't know him in real life? You never met him?
Never
really?
met him in real life.
Interesting.
Yeah, and one day I was on Instagram Live producing a song. I was challenging myself to do weekly songs for 30 minutes. Like, I didn't want to overthink. Mm-hmm. And as I'm making the beat, whatever, he logs into my live, and he's just like, yo, this beat is fire. I already wrote my verse. I was like, what?
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, dude. And I, like, starting off, I had no intention of releasing the song. It was just like, let's have fun, and then if it's good, I'll put it out. Mm-hmm. And this one happened to be good, and I heard his verse, and I was like, whoa. And I wrote something in the live as well, but it wasn't nearly as good as his, so I went back, edited a bit.
Hell yeah.
And then he was like, oh, this is different than what I heard. And I was like, yeah, I had to.
Of course. If you're going to make it a real song, you might as well. You know?
I had to match the energy because he really brought it. So anyway, go stream that, guys, if you're watching.
I agree. Yeah. Shit's fire. I do like it.
Thank you.
So speaking of music, how did you get into music? What made you start making it? Yeah.
I don't know if I could say like an absolute moment that it's definitely the moment where I got into music, but when I was in the 4th grade in elementary school, the like band people came in and they were like testing out these instruments and whatnot, and one guy had the trumpet and he was playing the Simpsons theme song.
No shit.
And I was like, this is kind of cool. Like, so they said, if anyone wants to try an instrument, go ahead. Like, we'll have classes, whatever. So I did trumpet, and I stuck with it all the way till college, actually.
Hey.
Yeah.
Have you ever played trumpet in like your songs?
No.
No? Yo, you should.
I know. My uncle keeps telling me to do it, and I'm just like, yeah, one day.
Bro, do that one day soon, because the brass is like...
No, it's fine. So I actually gravitate toward that sound already when I produce music.
Gotcha.
And that's obviously why. But if I had the real thing, obviously, much better. Yeah.
That'd be fire, bro. I would love to witness that if you ever do put that on the track.
Keep telling me that. Maybe one day I'll actually do it.
You have to.
Thanks. All right, yeah.
But so how'd you come up with your name, Comet?
So, this girl that I was friends with in high school, she, I think, just called me Comet, like the dog from Full House.
Okay,
once.
that's funny.
And my last name is Comito, so Comito. And I used to like go by like Comeets as a kid, like Joe Comeets.
Hilarious.
And so one day I was like, all right, if I really want to do this music stuff, I got to make a name. So I was like, I say the word yo a lot. And then I was like, my friend called me Comet. So I was like, yo, Comet. All right. So I made the Gmail. I remember like the moment I did it, I made a Gmail account, yocomet@gmail. And I knew like, you know, I don't want competition with getting handles and whatnot. So I was like, I'm going to stick with this one. And I've stuck with it since probably like 2012.
I was going to ask you, when did you come up with
something
it too?
like that, around there.
Fire. I like it. So you stuck with it and ran with it ever since. Never had any second thoughts?
No. The only thing that I sort of was like, do I want to go by Yocomet, like full name, or just Comet? So like on my Instagram, I put Comet there so people know like I'm cool with being called Comet. Like Yocomet sounds like they're talking to me.
Yeah.
But like to use it as a full name doesn't feel as natural. Yeah. So I'm like, I'd rather it be shortened to Comet, but like people just see it and they say Yocomet automatically. So I'm just like, whatever.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Whatever works. You
exactly.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so you are a lyricist, but you also make beats too, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'd say more often than not I'm making beats, and then the lyricist stuff I work on, you know, second fiddle.
Fire.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna fucking front like I don't know this kid makes beats. I know he makes beats. Fucking we've actually recently collabed on a song. That's going to be coming out to be announced. We're not completely sure because we don't know what we want to do with it yet, but that one's going to be called Jewelry Box. And shit, you guys better watch out when that shit drops because damn, that's a heater. But that shit was super fun to make with him. I went over to his crib. We started looking at some samples, found one, flipped it, and it was crazy. I was like, damn. I was like, this shit sounds like a jewelry box. And he agreed. We were like, yo, this does sound like a jewelry box. So we just ran with that idea, and now the song's called Jewelry Box, and what a blast. It really was to see his process of how he does it. It was really cool.
Yeah, and when I collab with people, it's very important to listen to suggestions. And like when I heard that, I was like, we got to run in this direction. Like you got to kind of go with your first gut.
100%.
And when you said that, I was like, this is the one. Like, let's do it. Yeah.
And it felt right. It still feels right. I think we have something there for sure.
Yeah.
But so ever since you started making music, what has been some of like the most challenges that you face? What has been some, if any?
Yeah, I would definitely say the music making has always come somewhat natural. In the beginning, it was having beats.
Gotcha.
So I would have to go on YouTube, and then I was like, oh, but I don't own this. So eventually I started picking it up, and I was kind of interested in like the process of it. And then I started making my own beats.
There you go.
And then I would say second, the biggest issue has been like promoting myself. I don't really like promoting myself. I'd rather I'd rather just do like the fun stuff, which is creating.
Yep.
And so that's been tough because like I waste too much time thinking about the promo stuff that it kind of kills my creativity.
I hear you.
So I've had so many moments where I'd take a long break off social media, regroup, and then come back, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm becoming obsessed with promo again.
Yep.
And then I have to dial it back. So right now I'm back on my promo stuff just because I've been away for a while.
Gotcha.
But it's for sure gonna come soon where I'm like, I'm already getting sick of it with this one song.
Can't do it anymore. I hear that. Yeah, it's definitely tough.
How about you? I'm genuinely curious.
I would say probably that's been one of my biggest challenges as well, because making the music is easy, you know?
Right.
It comes natural to us. Like, we just make music. We can make music all day long. But it also, I think the most challenging thing for me really was setting down and just deciding this is what I wanted to do. You know, because obviously we always have distractions, jobs, people, friends, fucking bullshit, not having enough money.
Right.
But I think that was the biggest challenge for me, to actually sit down and tell myself, like, yo, that's it. Like, no more fucking bullshit. This is what you're doing. And yeah.
That's a bold move too.
It hasn't been easy. And especially with that and the podcast, it feels like I have 2 full-time jobs already.
Right.
You know, like, so like to do anything on top of that, to actually make money and stay afloat, is a lot. But you know what? It's been a fun journey, and it's still fun.
And I'm sure even the tough stuff, like when you know what you're going for and you have a goal in mind, like it makes it more fun. And like you're just like, this is just more fun because I'm not doing that other stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then when you think about it, you want to live the life you want to live, right? So just fucking do it
on your
bro.
own terms. I
on
love
your
that.
Own
Yeah,
terms.
just do it. Yeah,
just do it.
So I'm taking that approach 2023. Like, you know, even though I you know, I'm working for the man and whatnot.
Hey, if you can, great.
Yeah.
But like for me, like I said, it just, as of recent, especially too, like it just kills my creativity, and it doesn't, like, it's not good for me. So like, just having my own freedom is good.
I'm fortunate at my job. Luckily, I work in a school, and the schools are off in the summer. So really, if I didn't have that, I think I would go crazy.
That's fucking dope.
But that itself, dude, is like a blessing from God, because I have 2 months to just go all in on, like, all the songs that I write are in the summer, and then I work everything out like when in the fall, like, you know,
hell yeah,
I'm back to the grind.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. I wish I fucking, you know, if you could find a job with summers off, that's not so bad. So you got that whole shit.
Yeah.
But so obviously making music is influenced by many things. But do you think growing up in Queens had a big influence on that?
Interesting. I never quite thought of that. And there's nothing I could think of that really would be like my defining Queens did it kind of thing.
Yep.
But I do, you know, really like being from Queens, and I like how it's, you know, a very diverse place, food from all over the place, like you meet different types of people, and I think that part's really cool. So if anything that has like shaped me maybe as a person and my ability to like, fit in with any type of person. I think that's like, probably influenced me. But
yeah.
in terms of music, I wouldn't say Queens, was the one. If anything, actually the Atlanta scene, I feel like was a huge thing for me growing up. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what I really liked. So if anything, that
was
in
more
terms of
inspiration
geography, that was more of a
fire.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about me is I haven't lived in Queens probably for longer than I did live in Queens, but I grew up there. So
Right.
through and through, whenever someone asks me where I'm from, if I'm not in New York, I'm from Queens. So for 100%. You know?
That's sick. Yeah. You're not like Long Island.
I hate that. I hate saying that. Because then you get judged because for some reason,
There's a thing.
no
with
matter
Long
where you're from though,
Island,
like
yeah.
people know where Long Island is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, you're from there. Like, no,
Right.
I'm not. I'm from Queens, motherfucker.
I never heard one person bash Queens. Like,
Never.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's dope. Like,
right.
that's dope. But yeah, shit. So we're actually gonna move on to a little segment that I like to do now on the podcast.
All right.
I have these decks here. I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions from
Sounds
one of
good.
these decks.
Very colorful decks. I like
You
that.
never know.
That's a nice deck.
It's a nice deck right there. So let's see. Ha ha ha. That's a weird question, but
Okay.
sure. What's something weird you do before bedtime?
Oh, well, something came to my mind right away. It's not like weird, but it's like weird to admit, I guess.
Okay.
This year, I've been trying to like get more in tune with myself, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
So I've been doing gratitude journaling.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And,
cool.
Yeah. And so I've actually committed to that, and I've been doing it like the past month. And I don't know if it's really affecting me in any way, but it's cool to think of like, you know what, even though I thought there were some bad parts of today, I'm grateful that this person's in my life or this thing happened to me today or whatever.
Damn,
it
I
is.
fuck with that.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope. That's not weird at all, but this is a great question to come up
I guess.
because you
'Cause-
just started doing it.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
kinda
whatever
crazy.
you think is weird. Like everyone has their own weird.
I
you
fuck
know?
with that though. I
Okay.
fuck with that.
Cool.
No,
yeah.
that's
I'll
really
tell you after the names of the stuff that I'm using. Yeah.
that was just really crazy because that's a way to keep positive. That
It
really
is,
because
yeah.
no matter how bad of a day you had or what goes on, you can always pick out something that
right.
was good.
I know.
That's good. That's great.
So-
Fuck, you might be on something.
Yeah.
All right. Are you related to any famous or historical people? If so, who?
Definitely don't know historic wise, but famous. I mean, my uncle's an actor, and he
Is
was
he?
in like some pretty mainstream shows, like King of Queens.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like some CSI. There's
Fire.
a ton of those.
Yep.
And he's been in commercials with what's his name? I'm blanking. Who's the George Clooney?
Okay.
And Ben Affleck.
Damn. So yeah,
so-
fire. Hell yeah. So you definitely
Famous.
fire.
Yeah.
Dope. All right. So what is something in life you really have an appreciation for that most people don't?
Wow. It's hard to say most people don't.
I
you
guess.
know, as a
Because who's to say that?
generalization.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the one thing that I think of, and I've actually written it in my journal, is like I really enjoy doing nothing and looking up at the sky on like a nice summery day, like but 70 degrees is like ideal for me.
Okay.
So like very like moderate temperature, not too hot, not too cold, and I'm just like chill. And I look up at the sky and I'm just like, it's unbelievable, like this whole life thing.
Yeah.
It just like
Wild.
yeah. And I'm just like, what is this? What is everything? But at this moment, I feel at peace. I don't have my phone. I'm not thinking about anything. And I'm just like breathing. And it's just like,
Fire.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of like, what is this whole life thing? I think we're also about to like question life a lot more. I think crazy shit is about to come out
Oh, man.
very soon.
Aliens or what?
I'm not even talking like aliens. I'm talking like whatever they did to make the pyramids. And we're talking about like levitation through sound waves.
Why do you think now it's coming out?
Because I saw some shit that Nikola Tesla was, his works were suppressed, obviously, because
Okay.
they didn't want that out. Apparently, he made a generator with no moving parts, but it generates electricity and it's endless. And it's because everything has a vibration of some sort because everything is an atom and everything.
Right.
We're all atoms. Everything is an atom.
If you were to zoom in on a microscopic level, it's moving. Right.
So he figured out a way to use like microwaves or
Whoa.
sound waves to levitate, and that's like one of the only things that really can explain the pyramids. Like, how the fuck did they lift that shit?
Yeah.
There's no way. But what I'm thinking is we're going to come to a realization that we think we're as far advanced at that we've ever been in civilization.
But we're not.
I think we're going to find out very soon that we are not as advanced as we thought we were, because we've already been.
I mean, if this guy did that, he's like thousands of
That's
years
what
ahead
I'm
of time.
fucking saying. Like, we're going to find out some crazy technology that already existed and we thought we were the most modern.
Imagine he's from the future, though, but we know of it as in the past.
It's possible.
Because, like, that wouldn't make sense that we're this... Like, we're far, but we're not, like, that far.
Yeah. We've
So,
came, like, don't get me wrong, like, obviously we've came far advancements with, like, with electronics and
yeah.
cell phones and shit like that, communication. But as far as, like, that's crazy.
That's basically playing God or being, like, a superhero.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because even to this day, there's so many, like, experts that say there's no way, like, even the machinery we have today would be able to move those size blocks, like, you know?
Pyramids, right.
So who knows? I know that's probably some crazy conspiracy theory shit.
I was just recently watching the new Knives Out movie, and in the Knives Out movie, I think, there was like a little thing. I don't know what it was. I think it was like nitrogen or something, like in this little small, I don't know. And apparently that was powering the entire island that this guy lived on. So it seems like in the same vein of that, where it's like there's some sort of like harnessing an energy and like using it to do
that we just don't know, and it was already used. Who knows?
Wow,
We'll get
I'd
there.
love to hear more about that.
I just had to say it in general. I don't give a fuck
there.
if you think I'm crazy. I just needed to make it mark that, like, yes, I do think we're on the brink of something. I feel like time is just weird right now. Things are just weird. We just went through like a once in a lifetime thing with COVID. Like, that was weird. Why did that happen?
And they're all distractions.
Why did that
Right.
happen? Exactly.
Yeah.
Why? So, like, shit, I hope this fucking episode doesn't get flagged. But I'm just saying, bro, some crazy shit might be happening. Let's go on to the next
I'm
question.
ready for it. Hey.
I think I'm ready too. So, what or who has made the biggest impression on your life in the last year? That's a good one.
Pretty recent. What or who has made the biggest impression on my life? Past year. So the past year wasn't COVID, right? So it was just a regular old year.
Regular year. We're back to the regular years.
Dang. Oh. Okay, well, this is a big one. I got into like a really bad car crash.
Oh shit.
And this was in November, and my car got totaled.
Damn.
And I got hit by a truck.
I'm sorry to hear
and
that.
Drove
Holy
into
shit.
a tree. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. So that really, I feel like, changed the trajectory of my life a bit.
Okay.
Because not necessarily that it did on its own, but I'm kind of making it that way, or at least like putting that to the surface, because I feel like that's a great opportunity to be different in a way.
Absolutely.
And like, you know, certain things happened, like it sent me to therapies, and it sent me to like things I wouldn't have even imagined, and it also reminded me like life could be gone in a second.
100%.
And we need to just really be grateful, right?
Absolutely.
So as you could see, it made me do those books, and
God
yada
bless.
yada.
Yeah. That's dope. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
I guess shit like that in your life will make you sit back and reflect and be like, I need to appreciate life more.
Yeah.
But that's dope. I mean, you seem like you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, given the circumstances.
Absolutely.
Had sustained some injuries. But
God bless, bro. I'm glad that you are still here, obviously, and that you're recovering.
Yeah.
How's
I
everything
also
going with that?
realized like my lawyer said don't talk about it, so I don't know.
You're fine. You didn't
If
get
I
into
said
any
too
details
much or anything.
You'll be
Okay.
all right. But hey, shit. God bless. You know, that's definitely
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely something that's life changing. All right. So, what book do you think should be mandatory for everyone on the planet to read?
Wow. See, I'm not a big reader, so that's tough.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
I'll tell everyone to go read The Outsiders. Why? Because I think that was a great book. That's why.
Did that turn into a show?
It was a movie.
Oh,
It turned
okay.
into a movie. Yeah.
I didn't watch that, but I've heard of that.
Pony Boy.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you don't know about it.
Yeah, book. Okay, interesting. Well, I personally, like I said, I'm not a reader, so I would want to read something funny and entertaining. I mean, I've read a couple of funny, entertaining books, but nothing I would say you have to read
On
that.
the planet. Yeah, I gotcha.
But I'll throw out ones that I've heard were like really insane. Like speaking of like your little theory or whatever of what's happening now.
Yep.
I heard like George Orwell's book, what is it, 1814 or something like that, is about, you know, advancement of technology in society, and it's like almost paralleling what's happening now and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I feel like that would be one of those interesting books to get into.
Shit, if I had to say one, actually, I do have a good one. If you're an artist like us, you should definitely read Everything You Need to Know About the Music Business.
I've heard of that book.
It's a really good book, and it really does outline a good idea of what you should be doing.
Okay.
So if you're an artist, definitely go.
Is it digestible? Like
It is. He even tells you in the beginning, you can either skim through it and just find out what you need to know, or you can take a deep dive and really read the whole book.
Which one did you do?
I read the whole book.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
But
what's one thing you could tell me right now that you feel like is appropriate?
biggest thing for me with that book that I learned was it's very important to copyright your shit. So no matter whatever you're doing with someone else, if you're working with a producer, just copyright it right away, because it's a key. Like it's a key, or it could fuck you if you don't.
Yeah,
you know. So
I stopped doing that a while ago, and since then I've released a lot more stuff. So I really thank you for reminding me.
Of course,
I got to go back into the archives.
Absolutely,
for
yes,
sure.
Definitely copyright your shit.
Like, are you talking like copyright.gov?
Literally, go get a physical copy of your copyright of your lyrics,
gotcha.
Everything. Yeah,
and I mean that's obviously in addition to like the what is it, the BMI and the ASCAP and all that.
Well, that's all for getting paid. Like,
yeah.
You know, like copyright as far as like just having it so
Just
no one can
owning.
steal it. Yeah, exactly. Get that done.
Yeah.
Obviously, beyond BMI or ASCAP, that's great
Right.
as well. That's a good way to track your music.
Have you copyrighted everything?
Everything.
Oh, wow.
Everything to date is copyrighted. The things that are not released yet are not copyrighted yet. So, like, I have to copyright them.
Right. Gotcha.
Yep.
That's next on the list.
But obviously, if you're going to release anything, before it's released, make sure it's copyrighted.
Damn.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. All right. I got.
It's not the biggest deal, obviously, but like,
no, I mean,
because technically, obviously, copyright law states that if you have a physical copy in your notes or something like that, dated, you
Right.
own your copyright.
right.
Obviously.
If they really were able to look back and when the file was made and stuff,
Exactly.
if you wanted to litigate. But
Exactly. So
just do it anyway.
it's good. It's
Makes
good.
sense. Yeah.
All right. So, what is the nicest thing a stranger has ever done for you?
Wow.
These are not bad questions.
Oh, well, my accident. Strangers were there to, I guess, like provide emotional support, call 911, that type of stuff.
Be witnesses.
What?
Were any of them witnesses? Like,
Allegedly, no.
Okay.
So I don't know.
so they were just there for the support.
But
That's good.
I felt like they were my guardian angels. So
Absolutely.
Now, you know, if I ever see someone, like, not that I would just run away from someone in need, but I have a special, like, you know, draw towards that.
to be more inclined to stop. I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, word. Dope. I guess I'll make this the last one just because why the fuck not? But so what brand or product do you buy because you feel it's trustworthy?
That's a good one. I just thought of something. Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
I've purchased America's Choice. That was like the store brand of whatever.
Yeah.
A store, Wallbaum's.
Yeah.
Anyway, that one did not compare to Kraft. Kraft is the only one that I will trust now.
It's
to
a
do
quality
mac and cheese.
product. Kraft is a quality product.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Hell yeah.
So,
I think that's dope. Me, brand that I buy that's trustworthy. Damn. I'm not really brand loyal. I don't
me
give a
neither.
fuck.
That's why
But,
I had to think of something out of the box.
I guess I always go with a pair of Nikes. You can never go wrong with a pair
I was
of
just
Nikes.
going to say, same kind of.
I'm not
low-key.
brand loyal, but if I'm going to spend my money on an expensive shoe, it's probably going to be a Nike or a Jordan. But I have more Nikes, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking of that, but 100% I have a lot of Nike, and I guess that would be considered brand loyalty.
For sure, I guess so.
Yeah.
You got anything for me? Anything you want to know?
Nothing off the top, I'll be
Got you.
honest.
Are you working on anything new right now? Any projects coming? Any singles or anything
Well,
like that?
I am doing, as I was mentioning before to you, something you want to do as well, to release one song a month
Hell yeah.
for the entire year.
Yep.
I did that 2 years ago. but I only did 8 out of 12, and that was disappointing to say the least.
Gotcha.
And last year I fell off the face of the earth and only did 2 songs.
Fuck.
So I also didn't have that goal. So it's not that I didn't meet the goal.
Not at all, yeah.
So now, anyway, that's my goal, and that's what I'm working on. I'm just working on paving the way for that to happen, trying to do stuff in advance, trying to do stuff timely, and do things the right way. What I mean by that is every song I want to devote a lot of attention to. Music videos, lyric videos, I'm going to go all in. Like, each song deserves its own pedestal, I guess.
Yep.
So
you're being super intentional.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you not only will I have 12 songs by the end, but 12 songs that have a whole story behind it and everything.
Fire.
You know? Yeah.
I love that. Hell yeah. And I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. What about you? Anything like that?
I'm always working on shit. I got a couple songs that I've been working on. No plans of really a release. I've just been working on some music.
Okay.
And but really, I'm working on launching this podcast, and that's really it. I'm really trying to get the ball rolling. But I
really look forward to those songs that you showed me, those unreleased ones.
I can't wait. I can't wait as well.
And they're definitely different
for sure.
And that's what excites me the most.
Hell yeah.
So much of the same types of beats and stuff. Like, let's go in a different direction, shall we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Show the versatility a little bit, what can you do?
That's right, man.
But shit, I mean, unfortunately, this podcast is already done, but it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming out, homie.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me. It's always fun to talk about myself.
Hell yeah.
I like learning about you as well,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out.
All right, man.